Hey everybody, so buying and selling a home with children and some of the things that you may not even think about, because I know I didn't, and I've been doing this a while. I had a young family who actually was buying a home and they were all excited about it, but what they found out is that their 5-year-old son wasn't too excited, and they were trying to understand why. So oftentimes it's very common for a younger child to have a little bit of anxiety about maybe leaving their friends or leaving their old surroundings and things like that. But what we found that was very interesting on this was it was not about the surroundings or anything like that. What he thought is he thought that in the house that he lived in currently, he was going to have to leave everything in his room as it was with the sale of the home in order for him to buy the new home and go into his new room. So what he was concerned about is that he had some amazing things that his grandmother had actually painted for him. She had a custom-made dresser, and they had some different pieces of artwork that was on the walls. They also had it set up to where he had a Cars motif, and so he had a Cars bedspread and all that. And he was thinking that he was going to have to leave that in the old house when they sold the old house to go to the new house. Well, we were quick to put that to rest. It was a matter of once he found out that that wasn't the case and he was going to be able to take all of his wonderful, beloved stuff with him, he started warming up to the idea. And then what we did is we actually took him to the house, the new house that they were going into, and he was able to actually select which was going to be his room. And trust me, once he knew that he was going to be in a position to have the room of his choice, he got on board a lot better. The other thing that happened is when you're selling a house, oftentimes I tell people, because this same family has some really, really cool things, I told them, I said, listen, same 5-year-old, I said, is there anything in this room you do not want someone to play with or touch? And as it turned out, he had a couple different things that he didn't want other children to play with. And I explained to him, I said, listen, if you like it and you think it's cool, don't you think somebody else is going to think so too? The reason that came up was because I had a 13-year-old one time who had a Death Star that was with the Legos setup that he and his father had built together. That's quite a complicated building ship that you end up having built. And he had that displayed really proudly on his dresser. Well, we had a family that came through the house, and there was a younger child who happened to think it was super cool and thought he could play with it. Well, he picked it up and accidentally dropped it. Well, that was a devastating situation all the way around. First of all, the family that was seeing the home they were devastated. They thought, oh my gosh, we absolutely destroyed something that was obviously very important. And then the young 13-year-old was like, oh my word, this is something I built with my dad. How am I ever going to put it back together? Which thankfully he did. But understand that if that is tempting or if that is something that's of importance to you, it needs to be absolutely, potentially out of sight, out of mind, out of harm's way, really. And even anything that happens to be not just a toy for children, but also for adults. I had another situation where this gentleman was walking down the hallway and he accidentally bumped a table and a lamp went crashing down. So again, think about things that are important to you. If they're important, let's make certain that they're not in a position to where it's going to actually create a problem, both for yourself as for the people seeing your home. So this is called Krista, and that's the tip and trick of the day. If you have children, think about how it could be that they're more excited about moving, and also think about if they're selling a home, keeping those treasures hidden and out of harm's way. Hope you found this helpful. If you did, subscribe to our YouTube channel. As you are, pass this on to family and friends. Let's all get smart together. As always, have an amazingly blessed day. Bye.